Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood, number 49. We're getting closer to 50, which means we're getting closer to 60, which means we're getting closer to the end. That makes me so sad, but this is one hell of a story. I am enjoying the ride. It has been bumpy at some points, and not because of bad writing, bad animation, bad characterization, but mostly like the emotional beats. Sometimes I get beat, and then sometimes I'm so jazzed I could run around the house. But the last episode, I think we're getting Hohenheim against Pride, unless Pride is like, I'm going to tap out and I'm going to go grab reinforcements. But Pride ate Gluttony. He ate his Philosopher's Stone. Now he's got a good sense of smell that he can see in the dark with his nose sense, which is not good. Not good. The one thing we don't want is Pride to gain any sort of strengths whatsoever. Pride was so ruthless with gluttony. Pride was so ruthless with Gluttony, and I feel like that's going to come back, especially Ling saying like he's doing that to his own kind, and Greed also kind of seeing that. And then, I think that's going to be a problem, especially if Gluttony ends up coming back at some point and Gluttony has his memories. He's not going to trust Pride. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm just like, that's got to be a thing. The fact that Ling said that out loud. Or maybe it's just to show how ruthless Pride can be. Also true. We don't know where Bradley is, but we have kidnapped his wife. They have no intention of hurting her. They don't want to hurt her. I don't think Hawkeye would let that happen anyway, but they know that they need her to kind of get Bradley to come out of hiding wherever he is. Because it seems to be the one thing that he does care about is his wife. What that actually is, I don't know. And we also, a couple episodes, we got Hohenheim talking about Trisha and crying and thinking about her, and it was very beautiful. And I think Ed started to kind of see him in a different light. But now Hohenheim is with Al and the other Chimera, and Pride knows that he's there. Pride can sense him. I don't know if Pride can smell him or sense him. Not quite sure. But I'm excited to see where this goes, especially with everyone at Central kind of not knowing what to do without the Fuhrer there. Grumman is kind of got his own plan of the way he wants things to go. And, we heard in the last episode, it was just like, well, we don't have much of a choice, but also this could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And both things can be true at the same time, and it can fail either way. It doesn't mean it's going to be a success. But I'm hoping that it's a success. I don't want it to go sideways. I don't want there to be any casualties. And, Roy is like, I'm going to become Fuhrer. I'm going to rebuild this country. We're going to set it straight. But I also think that at some point he would possibly be like, I'm a war criminal. I shouldn't be in charge. Because I kind of felt that a lot of episodes back about Roy and kind of his mindset about the things that he did in Ishval, and, that he knows that he's a war criminal. So this could be really emotional. We could lose people. We could lose a lot of people. We could definitely be in situations where there's sacrifice. We could be in situations where, Fu, gives up his life for Lan Fan, where Roy gives up his life for Hawkeye, where, Hohenheim gives up his life for his boys. Like, there's all these types of sacrifices that, that some of these characters will make. Now, Greed and Ling, I'm still wondering how that's going to pan out. I'm not upset about it, but I don't know how it's going to work long term. So I'm not going to keep speculating, because that just either A, gets me into trouble, B, puts something in my head and just makes me think that yes, this is the truth, and I have no basis for it. Or it just makes me write a fanfic in my head of what it should look like. And then I get disappointed that that's not the way it panned out. So I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm not going to do that to you, but at least you guys know that that's what's happening in this head sometimes, is I'm just coming up with the possibilities. And there's a lot, and they're not all good. Actually, some of them are quite bad. But I'm hoping it travels more to the good side. I hope. So guys, let's go. Try not to swear. The music in these openings, at first I'm just like, oh, this is so different than the last one. And then like after a couple episodes, I'm like, yeah, I F with this. And then I'm just like, this is my jam.
Al, can you hear me? Come on, wake up.
How do we make him wake up?
Tell me something, Edward. Do you think your father would step forward to save you if I chopped off one of your limbs?
Yes. Come on, Ed, I believe in you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is phenomenal. That whole design is amazing.
The name's Greed.
It's you! Give the prince's body back!
Now why would I want
Just
to
let
do
Greed
something
do this.
like that? Oh boy, heads up!
I feel like Greed is who we want in this moment right now. Oh, the automail!
You alright?
Oh God! Oh God! Ed! Ed!
I didn't ask for your help. Oh,
Well, yeah.
I can take care of myself.
Well,
Then
yeah,
prove
but...
it to me and start acting like you can. We're gonna need your help tomorrow.
Yeah. Maybe chill out.
Get him out of here!
Oh, look at Greed taking care of the chimeras.
Even I consider him to be a monster.
He's so happy about it. That's messed up. Whoa. Is this Al?
Wake up! Alphonse!
What?
I missed you, baby boy. I missed you.
It was like he was manipulating my soul. I feel violated.
Oh,
The homunculi are basically your relatives. They're like second-generation clones of me. So they might be able to interfere with your seal since we share the same blood.
interesting. I wouldn't have put that together.
Greed and Edward are doing everything they can, but I don't know how long they can last.
Alphonse, calm down.
This is all my fault. None of this would have happened if I hadn't let Pride catch me.
It's not your fault, baby.
The fires have given him all the light he could wish for, and I'm out of flash bombs. We need a new plan and fast.
That's Hohenheim just sitting there with his hands in his pockets. He's just like, chill.
Hey, Dad. You're a pretty brilliant alchemist, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I know a thing or two.
I've got an idea, but I'm gonna need your help to pull it off.
I love when Al comes up with ideas. They're always so good. Monfon!
There's not much point in trying to hide from me.
Damn it.
Ridiculous.
Are you still breathing over there?
Does wheezing count?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've chosen to show yourself.
Just with his hands in his pocket.
Hohenheim?
The hero always waits until the last second to make his move.
Hero.
Distract, distract,
Interesting.
distract.
You must think you can defeat me.
He didn't say he was the hero.
What could he possibly be thinking? He must be plotting something.
Oh, of course he is. You're so smart. Trying to get all of his resources back. Fixed on Hohenheim.
Here he comes.
No,
Are you joking? This was your pathetic plan?
probably not.
Ow, no!
What's going on? Oh my god.
It seems as though your son enjoys being held hostage. It's either that or he's supremely stupid.
That's crossing a line, Pride. Don't
Interesting.
ever mock my son.
Oh boy. Oh my god. In shadow, can't smell a suit of armor. Oh! Hohenheim didn't even flinch. He wasn't even worried.
What the hell are you doing? Al's trapped in there with that monster! How could you do something like that?
It was his plan.
Wasn't my idea. Al was the one who suggested this.
And you know how you trust your brother.
As soon as you try to make an opening to leave, I'll slice you into little pieces.
I don't remember saying anything about leaving.
Yeah, he doesn't need to eat.
Let's have a little test of endurance, Salim. Oh, sorry. Would you prefer to be called Pride? You see, Pride, my body doesn't need oxygen or light or food.
Mm-hmm.
Since we knew we couldn't defeat him, I acted as a decoy and we imprisoned him.
Wonderful.
We bought ourselves enough time to figure out how to destroy him.
Yeah, how is that possible?
Al came up with this plan because it was the only way to make sure everyone would survive. Try to understand. Now, let's get to work putting these fires out.
I'm so proud of him. Ed, you gotta let it go, man. Trust your brother.
Hey, Al!
Sorry, brother. It's not much of a reunion, huh?
It's okay.
I promise I'll be okay, brother.
You gotta let it go, Ed.
So lust is dead, envy's gone, gluttony's eaten, wrath is at Eastern Command, and they've got pride under lockdown.
What are you thinking? To go to Central and...
So that means Sloth and Pops are the only ones watching over Central.
Yep,
Hey, Greed! What the hell are you planning?
taking him down.
I've told you, I'm planning on ruling the entire world.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
I mean, if we could take down the rest of the homunculus.
Fullmetal
Great,
Alchemist.
Kimblee's in this one. Okay. Okay.
Whatever happened to that fellow with the X-shaped scar across his face?
Oh yeah, we haven't seen Scar in a hot second. Oh, there he is.
Did that little girl ever meet back up with you guys? You know, the one that always carried that cat around with her. She passed through here again just a few weeks back.
She did what?
It sounds like she didn't go back to Xing after all.
Mm-hmm.
I know you were behind blowing up the train Bradley was on.
What was that?
So you weren't behind it?
No, they
It's
weren't.
news to us.
Uh-huh. I just assumed you must have led the other Ishvalans to take your revenge on King Bradley.
All that stuff about them being terrorists is nothing but paranoid nonsense.
Absolutely. Okay, thanks for the captions ruining that it was Kimblee, because I was just like, oh, are we going to see Bradley at any point? Jesus.
I need to learn to draw the line somewhere when it comes to my job. I spent a fortune having this suit tailor-made, and now it's filthy.
That's where he needs to draw the line? Because his outfit got ruined from killing?
I doubt my dad would have made the walls thin enough for a child to tunnel out.
He's gotta try. Cranky face.
The whole thing hinged on us doing what you wanted. But what if we had simply decided to run away to a different country? That's all it would have taken and your entire plan falls apart.
Is Al trying to get info out of him?
And there are some humans selfish enough who would have done exactly what you said. But then, not all. Just look at Rath's wife.
Oh.
There was a time when we took a trip to the city and I was almost run over by a car.
Oh, interesting.
She had no idea that I could have easily protected myself.
But she cared about
I was
you.
genuinely shocked by her selfless concern for my safety.
Wow. I thought it was Bradley, but it'd be Pride.
How could you deceive her all this time?
It's a good question.
But then...
As I was saying, there are
What
a
is he
handful
doing?
of humans like Rath's wife. They're willing to give up their own lives in order to protect the things they care about.
Shoot, I don't like this. Like, are there vibrations going through the ground to, like, find Sloth? Can we stop him from doing that? Like, I feel like there's a vibration going through the ground. Hi, Hughes. Ah, that still aches. Good luck.
All right, then. Let's move out.
Was she going to say something else? I love you. I don't know why I would think that.
You can't really still think that we're working for Kimberly.
No way, of course not. And as soon as we start trusting you, you'll kill us.
I would never do that.
I'm not falling for it.
Y'all arguing like little high school girls.
I'm sorry to have to spring this on you right away, but we really
Shut
need
up!
to get...
Y'all stop fighting.
Piggy, Gorilla, and Fatty, shut up and stop fighting!
You want to mess with us, Shorty?
That's all we need is for them to fight and put a hole in that thing.
We may be considered fugitives now, but you know what? I've got no complaints.
Same
Free.
here. And no matter what, I know for a fact that these guys would never abandon us.
Oh, love that. They wouldn't.
Looks like they've wrapped up their meeting.
I want to know
Where'd
what was
the
said.
old guy head off to?
Yeah. What's up with Fu?
He's gonna do some recon in Central.
By himself?
Yeah, he pointed out that he's the only one who's kept his identity hidden.
Oh, he's so quiet moving through those trees. Damn.
So you're all finished discussing things with Scar and the others?
That's right. We figured out our strategy.
That's so. It's almost time, huh?
I like that Ed is at least attempting to work with Scar.
Al's doing everything possible to keep us safe. The rest of it. Well, that's up to us.
Okay, Edward. Is this like a season finale? They normally do this with the end song when there's a finale.
The sun has risen. The promised day's begun.
Okay, there is an after credit scene.
Brother! Get up, brother! It's time for you to wake up,
Pipe
Daddy!
down already. What am I missing, other than sleep?
The solar eclipse!
Yeah, yep.
Hey, quick, come check this out. It looks like there's
what's
a
he
building
seeing?
on fire.
Who would this
Do
be?
not go outside the house today, all right?
Oh! I did not think Roy for some reason. I was like, oh, it's Scar.
The only one we need alive is Roy Mustang. The Fuhrer's wife is expendable. Eliminate her along with Mustang's subordinates.
Oh, I hope not. That might actually affect Salim. I don't know how much, but...
Are you going to shoot?
Are you?
The only one we need alive is Mustang. Kill the rest.
Oh. Okay, first of all, Al and his plan was amazing. The fact that he came up with it, and like as soon as it started to encapsulate him, I was just like, no, this is good. Because like Al's not going to get tired, he's not going to get sleepy, hungry, any of that. Now I do worry about his helmet and like the knocking, because I feel like Salim could really do something with that to like get like something to, not necessarily Sloth, but I'm like, who else would be like looking for a signal on the ground, and like who is gonna pick that up? And like I know Sloth is always in the ground, and I don't know how they communicate with him, so I don't know. That was the only reason why I thought Sloth, because I could see Sloth like breaking through that whole thing. So I love that Hohenheim didn't really do much of anything. He didn't even flinch when Pride was like super close to cutting him. And like Ed like is still like not really, he's still very angry, and I get it. I understand it. But at least, you know, like he's willing to like listen to Hohenheim. He's willing to work with Scar, which is like two things I wouldn't have thought were possible. So like we're getting better. We've got a better position. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Roy and the group here, especially the gunshots. Like, I trust that Hawkeye had her gun out, and if somebody was going to shoot, that Hawkeye would be able to take them out. I don't know how many of them were there, how many bullets, like how many people were prepared for it. But definitely, like, Roy was planning a trap there. And especially having the guy say, we just need Mustang alive, everyone else, we can kill. I think that, like, tells Bradley's wife that they see her as expendable. And it was the same thing with, like, Kimberly and the Chimeras, and they're just saying, like, he didn't care, like we were expendable to him. And then they see the group that they're with is different, that they are protective of them, that they will help them, that, like, they're not willing to risk their lives unnecessarily, like they're all fighting together. And, like, it's funny because during the opening, I never noticed the Chimeras. I never noticed Yoki at the end. Like, there was so many of them that were fighting that I had no idea. I had no idea who they were until I started seeing them in the show, and then I'm paying attention and going, like, oh no, this is our team. This is our team. I love that. I love that. And I love that Scar, that they were like, oh, all of Ishvalans are terrorists and they're responsible for blowing up Bradley's train. And Scar saying, we're going to be the heroes. We're not going to be terrorists. Like, we're going to change people's minds. And I love that Scar has a new mission, that it's not just to seek and destroy and kill, that it's to change. I think, like, one of the most important things that you can ask a character to do is to change their point of view and to pivot into a different direction that is better, not to make their vision work, but to just be a better person. And that's exactly what he's doing. Now, Kimberly is, he upset about his clothes. It's the nonchalantness for me that, like, I think is going to be his doom, like where he thinks humans are stupid, and he very much thinks that he's, like, all powerful, and he is human and he's not all powerful. He just happens to have a philosopher's stone. Like, he can be killed, and I'm pretty sure Scar's gonna do it, and I can't wait. Now, the next episode is episode 50, which means I think we have 14 episodes after this, which sometimes these seasons are 12 episodes, sometimes they're 14. So the next episode could be brand new opening. It's really interesting that I've been doing 2 episodes every time for every watch, and that might be the break, and the new episode might be 51. I'm not quite sure. But, like, normally when the end song trails into the end of the episode and is playing while the characters are still, like, giving us information, like, to me, that's how we end up launching into new openings. So if there's a new opening, of course, because I'm jamming out to these, that's when it's going to change. That sucks, but they're always bangers, so I can't be mad. I am really excited to see where this goes, especially, like, how Pride gets out of this, I know what Fu's doing, but how that successful is. Lan Fan on her arm, and hopefully, I don't know where, I guess Winry is at Resin Bowl. Is that where she went back to? I was really hoping that she went back to, I almost said Rose City. I can't think of what it is. Wherever her shop is, to, like, continue helping people with automail. But, like, I'm pretty sure that she'd like to take a look at Lan Fan's and see how it's fitting, and if she can make any improvements or, make it comfortable for her. So, yeah, we haven't had Winry in a hot second. But I'm excited to get Roy again, because, like, that's what's been missing. Him standing in front of, Hugh's tombstone was just, it's really touching that, like, he's still motivated by the things and the people that he's lost, the friendships that he's lost, the I guess naivety of being in the army and, being part of the Alchemist at Central. There's a lot of that is just gone, and, he's not wrathful and he's not bitter, but he knows it needs to change and that sacrifices need to be made. And I know that he would not have chosen to sacrifice Hughes, but, like, I think he'll just, like, kind of in his mind will be like, this one's for you, and I love that about Roy. Oh, it's just amazing, the character development that we've gotten out of Roy, the character development that we get out of our boys, and, like, Al and even Hohenheim. Like, it's just, I'm really happy with it. So, guys, if you want to watch full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to 3 episodes early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think of this and Al's plan? I thought Al's plan was giving me one of these. Now, I think Pride is trying to find his way out of there, not just digging out, but like some sort of like SOS to, I think probably Sloth would be the one that we could expect, but like maybe he's got a code with Bradley. I don't know. We haven't seen Bradley, so he's lurking. He's somewhere. I don't know where, but he's out there. We know he ain't dead. So we're going to see him. I don't know what's going to happen with his wife. And especially Salim kind of talking about her saving his life and like the sacrifice she was willing to make to protect him and that he's never experienced that before. And like a mother's love, I don't want to say that it's different than a father's love, but there is something that's different. Like I don't care who you are. The difference between me getting a hug from my dad when I don't feel good and a hug from my mom, I don't know why my mom gives really healing hugs. You know what I mean? And like my dad would break his neck and his back trying to, make me feel better. So it's not like it's a different type of love, but it's just, there's something about a mother's embrace that is so incredibly different. And, Salim getting a taste of that, never having it before. And, Bradley having a wife and being able to choose a wife, and he chose somebody that, very much cares for Salim and very much cares for him. I'm really interested to see how this next episode goes, because I think it's going to be informative, and I'm really looking forward to it. So guys, you have to wait, but I'm going to watch it right now. So in the meantime, I'll see ya.